Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Nurul Nabila binti Marzuki. My matric number is 27011. Okay, today I would like to share about chapter 5. The topic is stress and safety. Okay, let me explain more about stress and safety. The stress and safety at workplace stress. Workplace stress is a pathological and therefore generally undesirable human reaction to psychological, social, occupational, and environmental stimuli. Reaction of the human organism to a threatening situation. The stresses is an external stimuli and stress in the response of human body to this stimuli. Next, workplace or job stress as the harmful physical and emotional response that occur when the requirement of excessive demand for supervision or conflict demands. As stated by the Canadian Mental Health Association, stress is a reaction to a situation. It is not about the actual situation. We usually feel stress when we think that the demand of the situation are greater than our resource to deal with that situation. For example, someone who feel comfortable speaking in a public may not worry about giving a presentation, while someone who is not confident in their skill may feel a lot of stress about an upcoming presentation. Workplace stress when is the harmful physical and emotional response that can happen when it is a conflict between job demand on the employees and the amount of control an employees had over meeting this demand. In general, the combination of high demand is a job and a low amount of control over the situation can be lead to the stress. Stress in the workplace can have many ongoing or come from one single event. It can impact on both employees alike. It is generally believed that some stress is okay. Sometimes prefer to challenge or positive stress. But when stress occurs in amount that you cannot handle, both mental and physical may occur. Okay, and next is a source of workplace stress. It is about on the job is physical working condition. Secondly is work overload. Thirdly is role and ambiguity. Next is lack of feedback, personality, personal and family problem, and role conflict. Task ambiguity is very specific with such of workplace stress. Next is a control feeling of responsibility, job security, workload demand, psychological support, and environment safety is broad. Okay, some of the many causes of work-related stress include a long hour, is heavy workload, job insecurity, and conflict with us worker or base. It also can drop in work performance, can give depression, anxiety, and sleeping difficulties. So it is important to employees to recognize work-related stress as a significant health and safety issue. A company can and should take steps to ensure that employees are not subjected to unnecessary in stress. Okay, next is a human reaction to workplace stress. Human reaction to workplace stress can be grouped into firstly is a subjective and emotional. Subjective and emotional is such as anxiety, aggression, and guilt. Secondly is behavioral. Behavioral is being prone to an accident or trembling. Third is a cognitive. Cognitive is inability to concentrate or make decision. Next is physiological. Physiological is increased heart rate and blood pressure. Lastly is organizational. Organizational is absence and poor productivity. Human reaction to workplace stress is when under a lot of stress, some may find it hard to concentrate at their works, make decisions, and feel confidence. Many people experience physical sensations like sweating, a racing heart, or fatigue are common symptoms of the under stress.
In 1907 until 1982, Hans Seal, a Vienna-born of endocrinology scientist, he was singled out the side effects and identified them collectively as a result of stress. The term that we still use and routinely today. We still use the term that was singled out by Hansel routinely today. So the Hans was singled out about the side effects. It's all about the hormone that uh, he found that the side effects if someone not really concerned or not really take the stress seriously, it will maybe save their life, something like that. If you take the stress seriously, it might end up your life. The relationship between work and personal stress. For the work-related stress, we have first is working hours. Everybody have their own working hours. For example, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. and so on. So if you have you need to do overtime, it will make you feel stress in your work. It will relate it to your work stress. And next is job goals. For example, if your company is want to achieve the goals with the hard ways, it will give you stress in your work. And next is tension. Of course, the tension is so related with the words and also the meetings. For example, you have work to be done at the time, and suddenly you have to attend the meetings. It will give you a work stress. And for the last is job difficulties. As we know, all humans have their limitation to achieve something, and of course, if your job is so difficult, you will feeling stressed to do your job. So for personal stress, maybe the unsatisfied job. For example, we know that nowadays there are a lot of homeless, so you don't want to be one of them, so you need to accept the job, um, even it was not the same level with your academic level, so you feel unsatisfied with your job, but you still have to do it for your income every month, so it will give you stress for your personal. And the next is telephone calls. Maybe you are in meetings in in office, but suddenly you have the telephone calls. It will might give you a stress for your personal things. The next is when you have a work call on duty. um, Maybe you're in your break day, or you're in holiday, in you're in weekend, but you want to spend time with your family, with your friends, and or you're having your me time, but suddenly you have the work call on duty. It will give you personal stress, of course. And the next is for me, the personal health, also the one of the personal stress. Maybe you need to attend an appointment for once a week, and it will cross the time for your working hours, and that's it. There were three symptoms of the word stress. First is physical symptoms, the second is the attitude in general, and the third is also the attitude but for the workplace. So I will explain more in the next slide. How can we know we are in work stress? For the first physical symptom is you will breathing quickly. When you are breathing quickly, like you are climb on the stairs, but you are stay still, it was one of the symptoms of physical symptoms for the word stress. Second is your throat is dry. Even you drink a water, but you still feel like your throat is dry. It also one of the symptoms of physical symptom for word stress. The third is your hands is keep shivering. You are not doing something, you are not doing anything, but your hands is shivering. It was the symptoms for the stress. The next is your when you feel like your body temperature is raised up, it means that you're in a not a good condition. You're not in good situation. You are in stress situation. It was a physical symptoms. And the next is you will get a headache. When you feel like you have a headache, it means you are in a stress situation. And then the next is you will feeling uncomfortable. It was normal. If we are in stress situation, we will feel like all uh, all of the things or surrounding is wrong, is everything's gone to be wrong, like we are feeling uncomfortable, when we stress, we want to. I think one of the physical symptoms that not include in this list is we will feel like we want to um, angry for everything. So the symptoms in attitude for general were divided to three. The first is feelings, the second is difficulties, and the third is loss. So for the feelings, when you are in word stress, the symptom of your attitude, you will worried or sulking, and of course you will misunderstanding. It was a normal thing. If you're in stress situation, you will misunderstanding everything. What you have learned, what you have listened, you will misunderstanding it. And the next is for the feelings is you will feel like you are being betrayed. Even that was the person that you trust 100%. When you're in a stress situation, you will feel like you are being betrayed by them. And the last one is not able to solve the problem. Of course, if you are in work stress, or you are in not good condition in the stress situation, you will not be able to solve the problem. So for the second symptoms in attitude for general is difficulties. You will difficult to concentrate on your job, you will difficult to think, and also you will difficult to make a decision. It was a normal, just like what I said, it was a normal things if you are in stress situation, and it was a symptom if you are not be able to think, if you are not concentrate on your job, if you are not be able to making a decision. It show that you are in stress situation, you are in work stress, and it was under the difficulties for the working for the attitude symptoms in general. So for the last symptoms in attitude for general is loss. When you are in work stress, you will lose your creativity, you will lose your interest, and also you will give up, and your interaction with individuals will differ. It was a normal things in work stress. So for the last symptom on work stress is attitude symptoms at workplace. If you have this symptom, which is a low job satisfaction level, it shows you are in stress situation. And next, when your performance on job is decreased, it's also one of the in your workplace that you are in stress situation. You lost energy, you don't have an interest in your job, and also you will lose interest to communicate with the others. You will making a weak decision, you lost your creativity and innovation, and also you are concentration on non-production jobs and responsibilities. It's shown that you are in stress.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alia Hanis binti Idrus. My metric number is 270268. And today I would like to discuss about the measurement of workplace stress. Workplace stress can occur when there is a mismatch between the requirements of the role and your capabilities and resources and supports available. Everyone knows what stress feels like, and we have probably all experienced it at some stage, such as at home, school, or work, or while getting outside our comfort zone. But while stress is normal, if it is ongoing, it can become a problem. Mental workload can be measured in three ways. First, subjective ratings. Second, behavioral time sharing. And third is psychological technique. So for the first one is subjective rating scales are widely used in almost every aspect of economics, research and practice for the assessment of workload, fatigue, usability, annoyance and comfort, and lesser known qualities such as an urgency. Any rating that a person gives that is based on their subjective reaction or opinion, their feelings, desire and priorities. For the second is behavioral time sharing, method used in the diagnosis and treatment of behavioral personality and mental disorder. So for the third is psychological technique, psychosocial questionnaire. Students study how workers feel about their job. So now we move to impact of work stress. For your information, stress is normal. Everyone feels stress related to work, family, and more. Stress is both physical and mental. It is caused by major life events such as a change in responsibilities or expectations at work, job promotion, loss, or changes. Major workplace and personal stress are inevitable. So there are four stages of impact of work stress, which are first, worker will loss of energy and concentration. The moment you feel stressed, your body lets you know. They are also having doubts about personal capabilities. Some of them are not confident with their abilities, so that they will less determined to do their job. Overloading with extra work also make them loss of energy because they feel tired and lazy. Besides that, unsettled feeling like quarreling with co-workers, not understanding each other, lack of communication, and being scolded by the boss is one of the impact of work stress. So now we move to stage 2 of impact of work stress. Employee will get tired and worries arise. They start to blame people and easily to get mad to everyone who are against them. Even worse, they're feeling like betrayed by their colleague. Stage 3 is angers control the individual. When you feel overwhelmed at work, you may become angry, irritable, or withdrawn. At the same time, you will less commitment at your own self. Your dignity affected and feeling of responsible decreases. And for the last stage is stage 4. Entering stage 4 is burnout itself, where symptoms become critical. Continuing as normal is often not possible in this state as it becomes increasingly difficult to cope. Employee personal health will affected and giving up the problems that you have. Some of you feeling high level of stress and desire to drop out of society. So you are your most important asset. If you don't keep yourself balanced, you will suffer mentally, physically, and emotionally. Don't let yourself reach burnout. You will end up spending a lot more time getting yourself back to a healthy state than just doing a little bit each day to prevent that from ever happening in the first place. So we move to stress management. Listening to music offers many benefits and can be effective way to relieve stress before, during, and after work. Playing an uplifting song while you make breakfast can help you start the day off feeling better, prepared to interact with the people in your life. Likewise, combating the stress of a long day with your favorite music on the drive home can help you wind down and feel less stressed when you get there. Organize daily job routine. Even if you are naturally disorganized person, planning ahead to stay organized can greatly decrease your stress at work. To make sure things get done, write down in a notebook or a note-taking app. Being organized with your time means less rushing in the morning to avoid being late, as well as less hustling to get out at the end of the day. Keeping yourself organized can also mean avoiding the negative effect and being more efficient with your work at your company. So for the third stress management is you can do your exercise. Exercise also help get your mind off your stressful thoughts. By training yourself to be in the moment and focus on your body's movement, exercise can be a form of active meditation and have a calming effect on the body and mind. You should aim for a minimum 30 minutes of activity each day. If you don't have time to fit in a run or a gym session before or after work each day. So for the second is professional support. Win back your leisure time. Spend more time with family and friends. Do things that bring real joy to your life with family, and this is what we call work-life balance. Work-life balance is offsetting the unpleasant and stressful event in your life. And for the 5, take the breaks you are given. That means you have to rest. If there is a park or a bit of nature nearby, go there. If your work environment is stressing you out, try to change your environment. Either by going someplace else, even just sitting in your car, or by reading to get your mind in a different place. You need a break, especially if you are stressed. If management make it difficult to take a break, press the issue. You have a legal right to breaks. Besides that, get enough sleep. Not only can stress and worry can cause insomnia, but a lack of sleep can leave you vulnerable to even more stress. When you are well rested, it is much easier to keep your emotional balance, a key factor in coping with job and workplace stress. Try to improve the quality of your sleep by keeping a sleep schedule and aiming for 8 hours a night. So, understanding your own stress, knowing what is contributing to your stress enables you look at the right strategies to manage it. You may have identified several things in the list above. It can be useful to track your mood to help identify what things are impacting on your stress level. Level of stress can actually be the good thing. We can actually enjoy stress in the form of eustress, a positive form of stress that gives us motivation, drive, and provide us with a beneficial effect on our health and emotional well-being. However, this stress, the negative form of stress, is what we try to avoid. It can cause all of the above symptoms, and accumulation of stress can lead to problems at work, running a business, or in your personal life. In Islamic perspective, as an employee or worker should have healthy spiritual faith defense, reduce the stress like pray to Allah, reciting Al-Quran, and prayer. Besides that, the best treatment is the good things to do, such as daily ritual and healthy competition. That's all from me. Thank you.